Actions have consequences, and hopefully this woman makes her ex-boyfriend face some of the consequences of his actions. She asked the question, would I be the a-hole if I prevent my abusive ex-boyfriend from getting licensure? Okay, let's see why. This title sounds bad, but it's what I'm considering. I was verbally, then actually, then physically, and then financially abused by my ex for roughly a year. He got arrested for DV several months ago, and I didn't press charges, though we went to court. He is a resident physician and his license is up for renewal. Before he broke up with me, he said he is nervous since his work knows about the arrest and the police report, and the main person in charge of the renewal's bio is all about being a DV advocate. When he was angry, he has told me to self-delete multiple times, pushed me against walls, gotten $7,000 out of me for lawyers and rent, etc. after he was arrested. He broke up with me today, confirming that he just saw me as a bed warmer and an emotional support animal while he was going through the hardest year of residency, which conveniently ends in a week or two. He said this and then blocked me. He has done similar abuse to his exes, as he has told me. He mentioned that he is worried the licensing won't get approved because of the DV arrest before. Am I being petty or giving justice for me and his exes if I write to the licensing board and share my experiences? This falls under moral turpitude. Would I regret it in the future? Is this too far? Am I thinking this as an option because I'm mad about what he did to me? Is it my place? Thank you. Okay, let's check out the screenshots. So this is all from the ex, and it looks like there's only one screenshot of text. He says, cancel your trip, cancel the activities, and send me half the money now. You are done. I don't have patience for you. And I'm not going to argue with you about money or even want to hear from you. I don't like you, and I don't feel attracted to you. I just liked your company. No more than that at all. I'm sure of it now. It's just a waste of time. I will stop talking to you, and I'm blocking you now as we don't have any reason to be in contact anymore. If you don't want to send the money, you can keep it. Hopefully you send it in your conscience. Otherwise, it's fine. This is not working. You're too young and too immature. Bye. And she said that she said that he blocked her right after that. Would you want this person to be your doctor? Would you want this person to be one of your loved ones' doctor? Anyone that could talk to a person like that or treat someone like that, use them so that they have an emotional support animal while they are going through a hard time and then discard them. Do you really want someone around you like that? Being your doctor, being in your intimate space, thinking that they would have your best interest in mind? I think she should write in with her experience. The board will have the opportunity to ask him questions. He'll have the opportunity to defend himself. If he has a good reason or if he says he didn't do it and he can prove that she's lying, okay, fair then. But otherwise, I do not believe that he needs to be anywhere near patients, anywhere near vulnerable people. He shouldn't be really working with the general public if this is how he treats people, like a woman is a disposable resource that he can just get rid of once he is tired of using her. But you all can go ahead and weigh in. Let's check out a few of these comments. Carmacki says, I would not want this man to give me or my family medical treatment. He sounds very unstable. Please report him. B-Day Queen says, not the a-hole. Report him. You will be doing society a huge favor. Mrs. Hanana says, yeah, OP, I think of this and the next you that you're protecting. Food Delicious says, there are 3 things you need to do. 1, report him. 2, report him. 3, report him. I'm sure he never hesitated before he abused you. Why should you hesitate to report him? He is a menace to society. Imagine how he will treat his patients he does not like. Chloe Phil says, 1, yes, do it. 2, yes, do it. 3, yes, do it. And Just Me says, and number 4 is to make sure you're somewhere very safe. If he finds out you're the reason he didn't get his license renewed, he may come for you. Black Cat Bonanza says number 4, and I guess it would be number 5 now, says be safe and vigilant after you report him. Share your location with a trusted friend. Make sure your home is secure, etc. And Visible Scientist says, and attach his text to you. Additional Peak says, sounds like he is preventing himself from getting licensure, not you. This is on him. He did this to himself. Do not feel an ounce of sympathy for him. C-Ad says, please report him. Moxon says agreed, keep the money. He literally put it in writing to keep it, notify his employer and the board, and take yourself out for a well-deserved holiday. MST says, OP, you will not regret reporting him, a DV survivor with no regrets. Millipede says, I second this as another DV survivor with no regrets. Report him. I third this. At the bottom says, I dirt this. I do not regret pressing charges. So it just seems like a lot of people are saying, go ahead and press charges. Women have got to get out of this idea that they have to protect their exes. Women have got to get out of the idea that they should shield these men from the consequences of their behaviors. I literally did this because I need women to have some sense of self-preservation. Love yourself more than you love the thought of or the idea of the relationship with those men. Definitely press charges against these people if you have the wherewithal to do it. Go ahead and do it. They do not deserve to get out of these situations unscathed. But you all go ahead, join the conversation. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. I was sent this post a few days ago, and as I was kind of skimming through it, this dad sounds like a perfect candidate for the old man Mojo Dojo Casa House because of how he's treating his son. All right, so like I said, this is a son. He's 22, and he says, am I the a-hole for cutting off my dad after he missed my graduation for my stepbrother's soccer game? So the dad missed for the stepbrother's soccer game. All right, let's get into the post. All right, so the OP is 22, the stepbrother 17, dad is 48. He says, I just graduated from college last month. It was a huge deal for me, not only because I worked really hard, but because I'm the first in my family to get a degree. My dad has always said he's proud of me, but I've always felt like I've taken a back seat since he remarried when I was 13. My stepbrother, who is 17, is a big-time soccer player, constantly traveling to tournaments, and my dad is at almost every game. I don't resent my stepbrother. He's a good kid, but I've always quietly felt like I was the serious, responsible one, while my stepbrother got more attention for his sports. Anyway, my graduation date was set months in advance. I told my dad early, and he said of course he'd be there, but the week of the ceremony, he told me that my stepbrother's playoff game had been rescheduled for the same day. He said he would figure out a way to make both. The morning of the graduation, I got a text saying, sorry, bud, I have to go to the game. It's important for his college prospects. We'll celebrate after. I was devastated. My mom and grandparents were there cheering me on, but I kept looking at the empty seat where my dad should have been. That night when he called to say congrats, I told him how hurt I was, and he got defensive, saying I was being unfair, that I know he supports me, but this was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for my stepbrother. He told me I'm being selfish and immature for making it all about myself. Since then, I've barely spoken to him. He texted me a few times saying I'm punishing him over something that wasn't personal and that he loves me, that I shouldn't cut off family over one day. Even my stepbrother texted me saying he is sorry, but I need to let it go because I'm being too harsh on dad and it's affecting everyone else. I don't know. Part of me wonders if I'm overreacting, but another part feels like I've spent half of my life being in the background and always in the second place. And this time it was too much. My graduation was a once-in-a-lifetime moment for me. So, great people of Reddit, am I the a-hole? So, the Darvo technique is not just used in romantic relationships. It can be used in any kind of relationships when a person does not want to take accountability for their behavior. So, this son had an issue with the dad. He told the dad the issue. I felt aggrieved. I felt hurt because you missed my graduation. Graduation was important to me. I've been working hard for all of these years. This is a once-in-a-lifetime situation, and you did not keep your word. And to that, dad said, you are taking this way too personally. The dad has found a way to make it about him. The dad is saying that the son is the one that's being immature and selfish. The dad is now the victim because dad has flipped it. And then, you know that there are flying monkeys. The stepbrother is now the flying monkey coming in to do the bidding of the dad. The brother is saying, look, You need to stop this. You're hurting all of us. So brother is now the flying monkey. And those types of people keep the mess going and just want you to forgive and forget. This person absolutely needs to go no or low contact for a little while. And I don't know if dad can ever really make this up to him, especially since he didn't even take responsibility for how he behaved and how he has let his son down. He just tried to downplay the situation like, you'll get over it. There's no other graduations that are like first time college graduations. Yes, he could graduate and get his master's and all of that, but he has worked all of this time for nothing. And like he said, dad has always or has been putting stepbrother ahead of him. So obviously that is going to hurt. Like, you were my dad first. And obviously it should not be a competition. Your parents, get pulled in various directions. But there will be other soccer matches. There are multiple, but there are not multiple graduations. Dad needed to do better in this situation. And now he's facing the consequences of letting his child down. Tiger Stripe Queen says, oh, it was personal. Very, very personal for you. It was a massive accomplishment, far more important than a sports game where he wasn't needed for scouts to watch the actual player, who was the stepbrother. That he missed something so once in a lifetime for his child for a game is tragic and sad. You owe him nothing, especially not your time. Congratulations on your accomplishments. They are well deserved. Here's the OP saying, exactly, I only graduate once, whereas when it comes to my stepbrother, my dad goes to every single game of his. Thanks a lot, by the way. It means a lot to me. The Patheo of Apollo says, congratulations. Just wanted one post to be all about you and your achievement of being the first to graduate college. You're a big deal. Focus on what comes next and the good people around you. Maroon Grad says, and OP, now that you know your dad is not going to be making any important events involving you, if there is any conflict with something of your stepbrothers, keep this in mind for all birthdays, family gatherings, any engagement, wedding, baby shower, anything like that in the future, and do not let him try and bond with any child you have. Why? If stepbrother has a child too, yours is going to be ignored and neglected in favor of the other grandchild. You've gotten as clear a sign as you possibly could ever get of your dad's messed up priorities. It doesn't get much more blatant than this. I hope you're able to quit expecting anything of him in the future and that your sadly won wisdom keeps him from hurting you and your future family. Lily the Fur Kid says this, I speak from experience, OP. Protect your peace. That includes any children you have. Dear Reindeer at the bottom says the same thing, saying, I speak from experience as well. My father chose the steps over and over and over again, including the grandchildren and his wife. This is the reason why I say, pour into the people who have poured into you. There are people that were there for him. Those are the people that he needs to regard. The people that have fallen short, that didn't support, that didn't do what they were supposed to do as far as their parental duties. Keep that in the forefront of your mind where it comes time to give time, energy, and resources, where it comes time to give your focus. Do you actually need to go to their birthday party, especially if you have a work function or if you just want to rest because it's the weekend? Please keep all of that in mind, because it looks like some of these men are not good at juggling their first set of kids and then their step families. The step families for some of these people come first. Keep that in mind. And I know it is hard. I get it. I completely get it. But once you really know and understand, you have to mourn the relationship that you don't have. And then you have to figure out how to heal that wound. I'll end with this one. Cosmos Oz says, whether your dad is there for your stepbrother or not doesn't change the outcome. Your dad is living vicariously via your stepbrother. Your dad may use the same line against you, that him being at your graduation would also not change the outcome too. So you agreed. Neither situation with your dad being there changes the outcome. What it shows is your dad put your stepbrother's games first over any important moments you have. He can't even sacrifice a game, not one game, that he has no control on the outcome for you, for your once in a lifetime moment. It hurts knowing you mean so little. You stare at that empty seat and cry inside because he had confirmed you are not worth his time. Then for the cherry on top, tell him he's too selfish to recognize that. Instead, he gaslighted you and verbally abused you as immature and selfish, as the immature and selfish son, not the a-hole. I agree, not the a-hole. Dad definitely gaslit him. He definitely shifted blame. He definitely became the victim of the situation. But hopefully he can mourn this relationship, heal, and move on. Y'all let me know what you think. Do you think that this man is going to end up in the old man Mojo Dojo Casa house like the 17-year-old stepson will swoop in if dad needs help in old age? Obviously, the college grad should not be doing the old age stuff if daddy needs some help or attention. But you let me know what you think. I came across this post in the unpopular opinion subreddit. I believe this is a man based on the tenor of the post. He says, working from home is ruining your life more than you think. So he is giving an opinion on your experience, but then he goes about using his experience as a way to say that this is his opinion on your life. I think that is so weird. Like, shouldn't other people be able to give their opinion on their experience? He definitely has a valid opinion on his own experience, but how do you speak to the general public? Anyways, let's get into the post. And like I said, I'm regarding this person as a he because I just feel like this is a man saying this. He says, I get it. Working from home sounds like a dream. No commute, no dress code, all the snacks you want. But honestly, the longer I do it, the more I think it is quietly messing up our lives in ways that we do not even notice. Like, that is just such a male thing to say because I feel some way. Y'all feel some way too. All right, he says, first, there is no separation anymore. Your house is your office is your house. You wake up, roll out of bed, boom, you're at work. No transition, no mental reset. I used to love leaving the office, feeling that shift from work mode to home mode. Now it is all blurred together. I catch myself thinking about emails at midnight or staring at my laptop during dinner. It's like work never ends because it does not have to. Then there is the isolation. Sure, you can chat with coworkers online, but it is not the same. Those random hallway talks or coffee runs with colleagues, gone. I have not made a single new work friend since going remote 3 years ago. My social circle is shrinking, and I did not even realize it until I started feeling weirdly lonely on a random Tuesday. Humans need real interaction, not just Slack messages. Productivity is a lie too. People act like they get so much more done at home, but I call BS. I am distracted all the time. Laundry, dishes, the cat, that package at the door. At the office, I had focus. Now I'm lucky if I string together 2 solid hours without wandering off. Studies even back this up. Some say remote workers log more hours just to get the same output. We are working harder for less, and we do not see it. And don't get me started on health. Sitting in the same chair all day, no walk to the train or stairs to climb. I have gained weight. My back hurts, and I barely leave the house. The office forced me to move to see daylight. Now I am a cave troll with a Wi-Fi connection. I know the counter arguments. Commuting sucks. Offices can be toxic. Flexibility is great. Yeah, those are real. I hated my hour-long drive too, but at least it gave me structure, a reason to get up and out. Remote work trades one set of problem for a sneakier, worse set. It is not freedom. It is a slow slide into burnout and boredom. So, am I crazy? Does anyone else feel like working from home is not the paradise we are sold? Or am I just bad at it? So this is a person that needs structure. We are given it ever since we are little kids going to school. There was a time for play. There was a time for nap. There was a time for lunch. Everything, you had a bell and everything that went off. You knew when it was time to be at school. You knew when it was time to go home. There was a time for recess or whatnot. All of these things were very, very structured. And it does help some people to have some structure. Wearing uniforms gives people structure. You don't have to think. When you are a work from home person or self-employed or whatever, you have to create your own structure yourself. You have to choose, like, I am going to wake up at a particular time. I'm going to get all of these things done by a certain time. You have to do that yourself. And some people do not have the capacity to do it. They need someone to tell them what to do. And that's the reason why I said this sounds like a man, because women are always multitasking. And I believe that women benefit immensely from work from home because, like, right now, I have a load of laundry sitting inside of my washing machine right now. Once I finish making this video, I'm about to go put the clothes into the dryer. As my video loads, the clothes will be, drying and doing all of those things. I can go over there, check on my child, because my child is over there. Right now, I'm making this on a Saturday morning. My child is in there doing her thing in another room. I'm in the kid's bedroom making videos. I'm able to juggle so much because I work from home. I'm able to be productive. I can go do something over there. I can come right back to work because I make my schedule. Also, I schedule time to work out because, like, I have to get some movement in. No, I'm not doing hardcore exercises. I'm not doing, what I used to do, but I plan that into my day. If, like, for example, today is a day I might not be able to go to the gym, cool. I still schedule at least 30 minutes of going up and down the steps inside of my apartment because I schedule things for myself and I don't need someone to ring a bell and say, it's time to get this done. No, you do this for yourself. And I do believe that some people don't have the capacity to adult without instructions. Some people need structure, and this person needs structure. And for that, he's not experiencing work from home as amazing. Like, I literally love that I can wear a tank top and pajama bottoms and go to work. Like, this is the freaking life for me. So here I am making a comment on the post saying, you're saying is ruining our lives in the general public and using yourself as an example. This is totally valid as your opinion on your experiences, but how do you give this is supposed to say an opinion on other people's experiences? That's weird. I absolutely love that I can work from home, be with my family, homeschool my kids, and have so much flexibility. My life is freaking amazing. Y'all, on Wednesday, because I live in Las Vegas, I went to the Strip like at 7 o'clock at night. We got home late and it didn't matter because I homeschool my kids. Like, literally, we could do whatever the freak we want to because they can go to bed late. They can sleep in late. We can move things around. Life is good when you have flexibility, when you're not waiting on someone to ring a bell and then you have to go running because the bell rings. All right, let's look at some of the other people's comments. Psychologicus says, I agree. One guy I knew got really depressed after he worked 100% from home because he never leaves the house and doesn't accept any help. Having so much freedom can be nice, but some people can't handle it. And that's the reason why people need to speak on their experiences or what they have seen personally, because person to person, it'll change. That's why I said you can give an opinion on your experience, but it's not going to be the same for other people. Bunny Ear says, my department mandates 2 days in office work. The team all show up on the same days, so we see each other regularly. I was skeptical when it was first implemented, and I mourn having to wake up earlier and losing time commuting. But I think this is the best possible solution. It feels more balanced this way. I want to see everyone and get a feel for how they're doing. And if I imagine the passive-aggressive tone in their chat messages, I want to be able to bring strategic cookie bribes. That sounds like a woman. Strategic cookie bribes, because is a man bringing cookies to bribe people? Let me know. Do you think Bunny Ears is a man or a woman? Super Narwhal says, I'm in the office 50% of the time. I enjoy getting the opportunity to make connections with my coworkers. Doesn't mean I don't have friends or life outside of work, but it's nice to be friendly with people you spend 40 hours a week with, 40 hours with a week. Even as an introvert, I think it's good for my mental health to be in the office sometimes. Abyssal Redemption says, this is what I think is the most optimal solution that I wish more companies would be open to. I love a hybrid solution for many positions or industries where I either have to come in a certain number of days a week and work from home the rest, or otherwise have the choice of work from home or coming into the designated office during any given day, perhaps with a required quote of in-office days during a certain period or something like that. Options are always key because when you get to choose or when you feel like you have choice, then you feel better about working for a particular company. Because during the school year, having options is amazing for parents because you know that if a kid gets sick or if a kid has an event or a sporting something, you know that you can go and it won't be so hard on you. But during the summer, it's like, okay, cool, I can be all in. The kids have, day camp or something like that. So having options is amazing. Like Sobi says at the bottom, different solutions work for different teams. I hate any kind of mandates. People probably should go into the office every now and then, but the reason should be other than because I say so by someone who doesn't even know what I do. I agree with that too. That's the reason why it's just important for people to share their experiences and how they work and that kind of thing. It's important. Let me know. What do you believe? Join the conversation, like, comment, and share.
When divorced men ask me why I'm not married.
Why you not married? Why you not married? You're a beautiful woman, huh? Why not married?
Shut the fuck up talking to me. Why you didn't stay married? Huh? It's till death do us part, not till we realize we're not supposed to be together. Huh? You make bad investments. And you break promises with God. And you think I want to be shackled to a stupid motherfucker like you? No! Something wrong with you and your dick. Standing here, jerking off, looking at me. It'll get hard if you stop touching it. It's a mind thing. You gotta have mind control over Debo.